This was never the intention, that you would be in competition with county governments in as far as revenue allocation and the development projects. Definitely, I'm sure, and you may be able to enumerate the successes of NG-CDF. It has definitely done some positive things. But unless it is in tandem with our constitution and the roles prescribed for parliamentarians, then it's at odds with our constitution. Don't you agree?
Thank you, Fred. Let me start by a disclaimer. As an MP, members of parliament do not control NG-CDF. And it's so sad when my friend, my mentor in the academic world is assisting me with my doctorate, I would want to put that on record, goes on to say things without reading the NG-CDF Act. Or probably he read it, but since he wants to be a politician now, he's speaking like a politician, not like an academician. If you look at the NG-CDF Act as it is now, there is no role of an MP controlling that fund whatsoever. Initially, when it started in 2000 and, was it 2003 when it started?
Yes.
Yeah. There was, of course, that time the current constitution was not in force. When it came, the new constitution 2010 came in force, that act was directly in conflict with the new constitution. But there have been several amendments up to where we are. There was a time in the 2013 act where the MP was a patron, where the MP was also having a nominee on the NG-CDF committee. That is no longer the case. The act is there, it is in public domain. Why can't people read just the act?
But Tandaza, allow me to ask this question because
please the speaker, because I'm also speaking as the vice chairman of that committee.
The Speaker of the National Assembly and Professor Ogola mentioned that he said and he justified the reason why NG-CDF is in existence is because it helps MPs because they act as village ATMs. From what you're saying, MPs do not control the NG-CDF. So, but if the Speaker says something like that,
okay, let me explain how that circumstances can arise. When you are a member of parliament, you know very well, we can enumerate that the roles of a member of parliament are three: legislation, oversight, and representation. But what goes on when you are back in the village, what the Speaker was referring to, and is a previous member of parliament, has been in the Senate, is that the public will come to you asking for all manners of donations, especially school fees, as we speak now. If Professor Ogola stays in town, well, but if it is Ogenya, he can also tell you when he goes back in his village, people go for school fees. What does NG-CDF do? It offers bursaries. So that helps the member of parliament and any leader at that level, at least to say, can you get a form from the NG-CDF committee and ask for a bursary? The counties used to offer bursaries. Unfortunately, there were court cases and they were stopped. It's so dire now. It is the only fund on the ground when it comes to education. And you know, the poverty levels in this country, especially in the rural areas, in my constituents, are so dire. So it helps. Instead of coming to me to say you need 20,000 balances, 30,000 balances, then I direct you as a leader, can you go and pick a form and fill? Otherwise, the first disclaimer, in the current act, the member of parliament does not have any role in running the fund. The role still remains oversight. I oversight the NG-CDF committee. Is it fair? Has it distributed? Has it given out bursaries irrespective of religion, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of whatever, provided that person comes from that constituency? There is no any other fund in this country which is audited like the NG-CDF. If you go to the Office of Auditor General and speak, and I think it was in the previous papers, they have started flagging out areas where the constituencies, the NG-CDF committees on those constituencies are not doing well. And for that case, I think it is also in public domain. We have had people arraigned, either the funds account managers or the chairman of those committees, including even members of parliament, where they misuse, because they're individuals. We cannot say that a member of parliament cannot misuse. But when it comes to misuse, then it will not only be about the fund. You can even misuse a circle loan. You can even decide to misuse a project in your area, exert undue influence, and ending in the wrong books of the law. Otherwise, the NG-CDF fund in this current constitution, where we are talking about devolved funds, it comes in handy. And that is why the current ruling is that it is not in conflict with the current constitution.
But
about the management, the member of parliament go to the act. We have no role. Yep. Our role still is oversight on this, just like in any other funds.
But we're now seeing this push and pull between management of CDF and members of parliament or the National Assembly, and vis-a-vis the counties, because now we're seeing it's like an attempt to control funds that go to the county through the county revenue allocation and the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill. The fact